Alright, I'm streaming again. I'm back. Alright, I am in. Alright. Oh shit, bro. You followed me to my new stream, man. Dude, you're a legend, bro. True legend, man. What are you doing, man? Should you be shouldn't you be playing some I don't know. You've been hitting that new one hard though, man. I heard you play it a few times. It was called oof. I know it's like Iris or something. It's not Iris, but it's like I forgot what it was called. I could look it up right now. All right, everything's good. All my windows are the same. Yeah, I'm kind of stupid with my computer and like everything going at once, all the cameras and everything. Yeah, bro, slightly hungover. I mean, dude, I don't know. See, when I look at you, I don't know, man. I hope that that's a lot of that is an act. I don't know how much, you know. I want to think it's like at least 50-50, you know. The more of it is an act, then the more of it is you know, then that would put you I don't know how anyone could do such an act. Like if what you're doing like if what you do would be 100% an act, that would make you like one of the greatest actors I've ever seen. But I think that that's what you do is not it's not all an act, but part of it is an act just because you've made the choice, you know, to project your something in yourself out like and try to use that, you know, make that as entertaining. And it works. But like the amount of hate that you deal with, bro, I don't know how you do it. I mean, like if that was me, I would be like spitting up blood from like ulcers and shit. I can't, I, it, like when people are mean to me, it hurts me so bad, dude. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. But I do love people though. I would love to like get along with people and be friends with everyone. And even like if people are gonna bullshit back and forth, I don't mind a little roast. Like I can talk shit. I can handle people shit talking me as long as it's all in good fun. Like that saying that they like Don Rickles I think used to say that he only roasts who he loves, or I don't know if he said that, but that's kind of the thing, man. It's like I, you got to be able to just take it and give it, but there are certain examples of people that are just like it's like they just want to hurt. They just want to hurt people, and they just so sucked into the evil aspect of it. And like so that's where like that's what the Dabbleverse seems like. It's like it's like 75% almost, and I would like it. I would like the dabble, and I don't even like to use the word Dabbleverse, but just like for reference of what that is. It's like what is it? It's an interplay of, you know, it's an arena. It's an imaginary arena where all these shows are hooked into each other, and the fans love it. The fans love the drama, but you know, there's been a couple close calls with like with what happened with Chad the other day, and getting the cops called on him, and the guy's like, yeah, he has this and that. One wrong flick of the wrist, and you know, you could be Swiss cheese, man, on the sidewalk for no reason. But like, that's happened. It's not like it's that far-fetched. Like stuff like that has happened. I've seen streamers get beat up. I've seen streamers get, worse than beat up. Yeah, I mean, and for that to happen to Chad and just to see it get taken too far, of course, I think, well, he kind of invited that, so he does have to deal with that, but it does make me like him more, because like it puts him, that kind of thing happening. I guess, you always love any victim, anyone who you can have sympathy for. I guess you can kind of see in like a more friendly light. But I mean, I kind of like, I'm not saying, I don't want to say I don't like Chad, but I don't know why he blocked me on Twitter. I must have said, like, I must have just made some weird comment one day in, like, I don't even remember ever trying to comment on his stuff, but he blocked me a long time ago. And, you know what else blocked me? Roger Stone. I don't know why. Roger Stone. And that's kind of scary, because that means that Roger Stone looked at something I said and he didn't like it. And that's not a guy that I want to not like what I say, because anybody who is in like that, it's like I don't know what you call it. It's like a Hollywood political stratosphere. Yeah, thank you so much for telling me about my muted mic, though. You're a hero, bro. Yeah, bro. He freaking blocked me. He blocked me, man. Whatever. Well, I don't know. I used to be. Yeah, I mean, I would too. Like, I would worry about that stuff. And I don't really talk about that stuff. And not that you should worry, but just that it's just natural, because when you see, it just depends how deep they're willing to dig to destroy the people that they hate. Because there's a million people saying all kinds of stuff about all these celebrities, and for the most part, nobody can do anything. Oh, dude, I I muted myself so many times. It sucks so bad. It's so depressing, man. But then, like, I recorded a video, but I was muted, and then I just recorded it again. I was like, fuck this. I gotta get it done. I gotta have the tenacity to do it. And it's kind of, it's not the same as the first time, but it's about work. Just the act of getting in front of a camera and getting on a microphone is it is work, man. It's not easy. Like, it's hard to even like keep myself like breathing and like talking and breathing and thinking and doing all this stuff. It's like there's a lot of things to do, and you can get better at it. You can, or you might, people might not care how they do at it, But yeah, I was fascinated. I wanted to know about your how much you really know about computers, because I think you said you had a Ryzen CPU. I don't know. See, I'm an Intel guy through and through. I'm an Intel guy, and I'm a Samsung guy, or what do you call it? The Samsung OS, Android. Yeah. I like Android phones, and I like Intel computer stuff. Dude, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. It is brutal to be on a roll. I mean, it's brutal to be muted when you're on a roll, yeah, for sure. Because then you start feeling good, and you look down and you see the fucking the meter ain't moving. You're like, oh no. No. Oh, you got the RTX 3080, yeah. I used to have 3070 Ti. I still have it up on my um, shelf up over there. So you must have built it yourself, I'm assuming. So I got like, did you watch did you just watch videos, or is this something that you've been into since you were a kid or whatever? Because I started getting into building PCs about like 6 or 7 years ago. I started learning like seriously about it, and the first one I kind of half built. I bought a used one and I like souped it up a little bit, and I got into it. But yeah, but now I'm at a point where I'm pretty good at it, and I'm starting to get better with like cable management so that my computer doesn't look like a freaking rat's nest in there anymore. But it's still kind of a mess because my case is, I got it at a thrift shop, so it's not. I used tin snippers to open up the case a little bit on the inside, so it's a little bit freaking what do they call it, janky in there. I hope that's the right word. I don't want to say anything offensive. I'm gonna look that up right now. Yeah, janky, of extremely poor, unreliable quality. Yeah, my case is just like, it's an old case, but it's nice and big, so I was able to fit everything in there. But I just got the 5070 GPU, and I just got an 800-watt power supply. So like my operation just took a huge step upward as far as like everything that I can do, and how I can run my system in a more aggressive way, like with streaming, and I just got a new monitor, so now I got two monitors, so it's a much more potent, what would you call it? A potent Cybertronic extrusion. That's my Karmic, but that's Karmic like in my own version. I'm not doing like, I wouldn't do it to mock you, but just like how the way you say like big words is like, you have a lot of big words that you just throw in there, and it's funny, man. It's funny. So yeah, but let me show what I found here. Oh, you got a pre-build? Damn, that must have been about, I'm gonna guess that was about 1750, or maybe even more. If you say you got 64 RAM, that's a lot. I got 32. It's DDR5, so I guess that's one of the better like RAM speed. So the only thing that's really holding me back is the Wi-Fi. I don't even have a plugged-in connection, so, but the Wi-Fi is pretty good. But I've been thinking about actually getting Starlink recently. It's just a matter of committing that much money. I think it's like $100 a month or something to really get it going. But 'cause I don't really have the need for it right now as far as like the demand, but that would be a good problem to have, I guess, if I really needed it. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I was glad to see dude, I hope Melton I think Melton's going to give you the offer, bro. And I don't know if you already talked to him or whatever, but I haven't checked X at all. But yeah, I'm going to open up X right here. Yeah. See that? This is what I do sometimes. I just bring my X feed on, and I'll just like go through it and talk about it. Yeah, dude, you at least need to be able to play games. I guess, I mean, if I couldn't play, I wouldn't play. I would be doing something else. But just the fact that that I now have a system that's all right, like okay enough that I could probably stream gaming on it. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of dumb, but it's just something that I always thought it looked cool to do. But I'm not into like streaming games with my face and like talking to the chat. Probably because I don't have any people watching me, but I don't know if I would be into that. But I liked making the clips, and I'll do my edits, and I'll make a clip of like you know, pretty good Fortnite action, and I put it to a nice like groove. Is it Suno? It's Suno, right? I think it's called Suno. Yeah, I've been going on that a lot. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I always liked that stuff from the beginning. No follow-up with Melton, huh? Yeah, you're doing, I don't know if I've seen you on TikTok. But yeah, I go on TikTok too, but I don't get any traction on TikTok. Like on YouTube, I've been putting up my shorts and I'm getting like over 1,000 views on some of my Fortnite videos. So it's like I don't know why YouTube just has a stronger push. I put up my Fortnite videos on TikTok, I get like 200 views in a few days. It's not, it doesn't. They don't give you anything. They don't push it. Yeah, dude. And you know that song that I made. Um, yeah, I was just thinking of you and like how just like the kind of mindset that you represent and like you know just trying to put it in my head of like a character like singing a song that's like that like just like kind of like a down and dirty like manly like you know been through it and um but yeah, Twitch, nah. See, like Twitch, I'm like, I see Twitch and I'm just like, that's a step too far for me. If that's something that you're into, I mean, dude, but you could do it. You have, you already have a, a dedicated fan base. I don't know how many you could bring to Twitch, like just right off the bat, how many you would have. But I don't know. I haven't looked on Rumble, so I don't even know if you're on Rumble, but maybe you are. I don't know. You know, I'm not that like I don't know too much about your past history, but I've just been paying attention to the all that drama that's been going on. Dude, the Dabbleverse drama, man. It's like soap operas for our whatever. It's not even a generation because it's older people and younger people, but it's like there's a certain just like I don't know what to call it, but it's there's something really cool about it. Yeah, I don't know about this. Like, see, yeah, because like that's the honest thing. Like, I would say like if I had like right here I have Karmic X in my chat, so I'm just talking to Karmic X. It's not, so it becomes another thing where like I didn't. I was gonna do my. I was just gonna read an article, and then like go over it and like talk about it and just you know, but then once you have someone to talk to, it becomes something different. Um, so I don't know, man. Right now I'm at like 268 followers on YouTube, and some of those are actually from promotions. So I got a couple promotions that I ran, but it was on videos that I thought were good, and that like I was like, yeah, this is a good video. If I give it a push, it might, you know, be good. But I don't really have the kind of money to run that kind of channel, which is like promoting a lot of videos. But I'll promote like I'll throw in like a $5 promotion every couple weeks or something if I feel like I have a video that could hit, you know. Um, but yeah, I know that getting promo subs is not. Um, Bro, if you want to and have people come in here and talk, I don't care, dude. You don't have to ask about that. I mean, I put my shit out there just knowing that whatever it is, I'm just putting it out there. So, you know, I can't take it back. It's just like, you know, that's a decision. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, I'm just honored. I'm honored to be speaking with the Calm Dog, man. And I'm not really ready for like I know it would probably be more interesting if if you could get in the you know, I don't know how to do anything like that. To I think you got to go to StreamYard, StreamYard or something. I don't know. I probably already have it. Wait, what the? I'm doing the wrong one. Yeah, so it's funny, but nobody cares. I don't know. Um. Anyway, so yeah, so I was just doing some streams where I would just the couple ones that I already did. I would read an article and maybe talk about it, and then I'll just go through my X feed and talk about what I see. And let's bring this over here. Oh, dude, I'm such a freaking slob. All right. Yeah, but anyway, my super chat that I sent in last night to you about how the only God can fulfill the thirst for contentment in a man's heart. Yeah. That got on KB's stream, and it was just like nothing, no reaction, man, which is fine. I was afraid that they would see it and just start like trying to make fun of me or something, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting when you get a super chat in one of the streams, or like even just getting your super chat read on a stream. It's like it's exhilarating, and it's terrifying because if you say something that the host thinks is like offensive, you know, they could take you down. I think a lot of people don't. A lot of people are not ready for that. It's like when you call into like a radio show and you don't understand how the business works. You call in, you try to say something, and you're so like it's like the guys in the radio show are just like listening to the call and just like this guy. They're like hang up the phone. Oh yeah, you went to church last month. That's cool, man. I hope it was a. Well, I would hope it was a Baptist church, to be honest. That's my favorite kind of church, and probably because they stick to the King James version. So many churches these days, they use all these new versions of the Bible, and it's just like, dude. So I don't want to talk about. I try. I'm like now. I'm like, how should I say? No, but the new versions of the Bible, they're based on other manuscripts, and the whole process of translating them and the reason why they exist is different from the King James version. But I mean, there's a lot of information there that people should know about, but most people are woefully uneducated about biblical history and the history of the Bible. It's a shame. I mean, I grew up like that. I didn't believe in God until I was about 29, 30 years old. I didn't believe in any kind of higher power. I had to go through a pretty intense set of experiences, I guess, or like a journey finding my way to faith. And Jesus Christ was the last thing. Jesus Christ wasn't even on my list of places to check, but I was looking all over the place. But yeah, I only like the King James version of the Bible. But so every church I go to now, it's like I see they don't have it. And honestly, I think it's really good to go to church, man. Especially if somebody just feels the need to go, but not like, you know, when you feel the desire to go, and it's just a place where you go And it's just a simple thing. You're just there, and it's people that believe in God, and you know, and that's all it is. And it's a, it's like a breath of fresh air sometimes when you need it. Um, and especially like people who have families, I think is very important to go to church. And unfortunately, I think, or maybe not, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but it's just the way it is that there's no such thing as a perfect church. And the more that we learn about the Bible and the more that we like get closer to God, we're going to see everything in a different light, and we're going to see the church in a different light. But it's more about, to me, my faith is about giving me the ability to love people and just connect with people on the most basic level possible, which is just that we are just alive, and God loves us, and we're gonna die, and that I believe in Jesus Christ, and I'm not, and so like my faith in Him is my faith in Him. It takes away the sting of that existential fear, that existential dread, that horror that used to keep me up in the middle of the night when I was a young man. And I would think about the blackness and the emptiness of eternity. And I was like, what is it? Oh yeah, dude. Dude, and that's something for me too, that when I was a kid, like I wasn't raised with any religion or anything like that. We never went to church, and but just thinking about that people I cared about, that I wanted like them to have like good health and success, and just laying up at night and like just praying for them. That's something that I did, even though I didn't do it in a way that's like that you could call like a Christian thing. It wasn't like a formula. It was just me like wishing and praying to any God that might be listening. That's like, even though it was something that I couldn't even, I didn't have any conception of, but just calling out to God in that way. And I believe that he did answer prayers from me from when I was a kid, you know, even though I never thought that I never felt that I knew God until I was in my early 30s is when I found faith in the Lord Jesus. But yeah, but that's funny because so I don't know. I see, whatever I say, I could go in a lot of different directions, but just having somebody in the chat makes me want to you know, it's a two-way situation. But so I have I could open up see, like I could snipe freaking I could snipe somebody, you know, but I don't want to, because I like, all that does is just stir up shit. Like even if me, just some dude nobody knows, I just start sniping, like, you know, one of these Dabbleverse guys, and I get a good one in. If I just land one good line and they hear it, then they'll come back at me. So it's like, I don't want to start anything like that, you know. That's even though there's a temptation to just, like, when I go on X sometimes and when I see these videos, I'm like, oh dude, I could clip that. I could make comment on that or whatever. And but I don't want to cultivate like hatred with anybody in my life, or any kind of animosity. But I do argue with people over things that have to do with God a lot on X. I'll just I jump in the comments, and maybe with stuff like every now and then some political stuff, you know. I mean, I'm kind of a patriotic guy, you could say. I was raised like that. We, you know, that's just how we were raised, man. We were raised to respect the flag, respect our country, and I think that's the way it should be, you know. And, we didn't know how crazy everything was. We didn't know half the lies that we know now. Back then, you know, people were talking about the JFK assassination and Watergate, and, you know, did they know about Pearl Harbor before it happened and things like that. And now it's like one psyop after another. Every single day we're seeing psyop. It's like, you know, the genie's out of the bottle or something. Like, it's just, they, like, I think the whole COVID thing was like an explosion of you could call it like psychological warfare more than anything else. You know, the if you wanted to say it was biological, I'm not, you know, I wouldn't weigh in on that 100% in one direction or another. I just think it's a complex situation that probably, if it did come out of a lab, I don't think anyone fully knew what was going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, Carm, that's what I like about you. Even though you do have a kind of like, whatever this disco edge that you have is, you know, that's fine, bro. That was never my favorite genre, but I used to like, I mean, I like ABBA a little bit, and I like some of the Bee Gees. I like some stuff, but I'm into more of like, when you said Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 2, that's one of my favorite albums, just because of the dark, like, it's like dark, but it's like techno. It's not techno, but it's like a dark, technologically infused album. Whereas like Use Your Illusion 1 is more like airy riffs of, like, you know, like Dusty Trail kind of, but Use Your Illusion 2 gets into more like synth kind of dark, deep, layered electric guitars and like heavy drum beats. And so the stuff that I make on Suno is like, I like to make it like deep and like get the beats thumping, like heavy beats, like you're more of like a treble beat kind of guy, where I'm more of like, I want it like to be like a heartbeat, just like like I don't want to be dancing like that on my stream, but it's all right. No one's gonna be watching. And if anyone's watching this, you don't interrupt me when I'm talking to the Dabbleverse Rookie of the Year, okay? Karmic X Live, the legend. Imagine it's a fake Karmic X this whole time, but I actually think it's the real guy. It's still realistic that it could fool me. Either way, no one would blame me for being fooled. I was watching GNR YouTube video. Yeah, it's good. It was good to see them get back together and just and they've played now. They've been going at it. It's hard to believe they've been going at it for almost, I guess, around like 10 years. And before that, Axl was the front man for a while for AC/DC, and he still had his voice, you know, not like when he was a young man, but yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, but like, I'm not going to talk to you about what I talk to you about in private, because that's just, you know, that's private. There's some things that I wouldn't want to bring up about either one of our, you know, like personal stuff, man. You don't want to talk about it. No one wants to talk about it. But that's what the people want, you know? the people want everything to be exposed, and uh, that's why the Dabbleverse is a dangerous, sick place where people are just like I don't want to name names, but there's some like masochistic people in the Dabbleverse, I think, that just the things that they do and say, I get it that when you're a comic, when you're an entertainer, you gotta go balls to the wall. You gotta say everything. You have to put everything into it, you know? But I actually started my channel as a, well, I have, I don't know. I just did it. I always wanted to do it. I do some stand-up comedy every once in a while. I don't do it that much. I used to do it back in the day, from when I was like 25 to when I was like 32. I did it pretty regularly. And at that point, I was thinking that like pretty soon I might be able to start making money doing it. And then I kind of looked down into the future of it. And I just saw how what I would have to do would be to totally just like be the most selfish, just like garbage. It's like to be in the stand-up comedy circuit and to like exist there and thrive, you have to have like nothing can matter to you. That's how it felt to me. Like the more I could treat my whole life like nothing mattered and just go with everything, and then the more successful I could be at stand-up comedy. But that's not how I feel on the inside. That's not how I like to live my life. Like my life, I love life. Life is not a joke. I like to joke around, but life itself is not a joke. And so, you know, who am I to say when people are people should joke around if they want, you know? Sorry, I'm like going off. I'm just trying to feel it out here. But I'm honored to have the legendary Dabbleverse Rookie of the Year 2025 Karmic X in the chat. And this is one for the ages, folks. I might actually get a viewer. That's why, like, I better be careful. Oh, I'm gonna get if I get clipped, dude. If I get clipped, I'll just delete my account. I can't handle getting clipped. I don't want to get clipped. It's been a trip this year. I literally felt like I was. Yeah. Dude, yeah. So, I mean, since you're bringing it up, man, you're bringing it up. But like, I was listening to Tukey today, and he had a guy. Dude, Tukey had a guy call in, and he asked, "What's your co-host's body armor size?" And they're just like, "What?" He's like, "What's your body armor size?" And he's like, "Yeah, I live like 7 minutes away from Mersh. I could have just gone down and messed with him or something." And they were like kind of freaked out by it. But the guy called back. I don't know who it was, or is he part of the show or what? But yeah, I mean, obviously they were covering your situation. Everyone's covering it. It's the biggest news. Dude, it's the biggest Dabbleverse news that maybe, I mean, and we thought that this Chad thing was big news, but then it's like you just come along and you're just like, bigger news right there. But they were saying, I don't want to talk shit, but I'm just going to tell you what they were saying. And you probably, I don't know if you checked out Tukey's stream, but he was basically, some people were like guessing, people in the chat were guessing that you were just trying to get like sympathy bucks, and that you were trying to get the money up and then go to go. Look, I don't want to talk about this, man, because whatever it is, that's your situation, man, and that's your life. And I honestly, I respect the privacy of that. And I was like, I thought that you guys could do great things together, and like, if you love each other, then you could both be better off together than either one of you could be apart. That's how love works, but it's really a two-way street. And I mean, if that's really the way it is, man, then what you were saying last night is like, it's not a level playing field, and it has to be. It has to be. If so, it's like, I don't know what the answer is, because it's not my situation. So that's why, like, I would hesitate to even talk about it. But when I think of love, it's like, love is a full commitment of just, I'll dedicate myself to somebody because I love them. It's a choice, and when that happens, and then, but maybe the same dedication is not, but again, I don't want to say anything because I don't think anyone's gonna watch this, but I don't want to say anything that would offend Felicia or offend you either, bro. So it's not what I'm trying to do. But I mean, it is like, as far as like Dabbleverse news, that's big. It's an explosive story. It's an explosive story, bro. Yeah, I hear you, bro. That's just the way it is, man. That's just the way it is. And like, it has to be a choice that's made every day to like keep going. If you're going to keep going, or to say no, then but like, I know how difficult it is, man. I know how much pain is involved, because I'm no stranger to no stranger to love, but yeah, it's but that's you showed guts, man. And like, to see you coming through it, that's one thing, because the kind of stuff that you're like putting yourself through in the eyes of all these people, and allowing this this dialogue, this observation to just sweep over you and just like rip you up, and you're just there doing your show in the midst of all that. I don't understand, like, that kind of thing could destroy a man, but you need to have a lot of strength to be able to stand through that, especially because sometimes the darkness comes fast, and it comes when you don't even think that it's going to come. And sometimes I'll be like just lying in my bed, and just like, it just comes, man. That just darkness and sadness. But I mean, like I said, that's why my faith is so important to me, because even in those moments, I still get moments like that where I'll get really sad, and I'll think about like, a situation that's bad, or anything. You can think about so many things. There's a lot of terrible things in this life, but when I remember Jesus Christ gave his life because he knew something that people just don't know, and that's the glory of God, that he came to the world to reveal that. And so I just remember that every breath, I'll be lying in bed, and I'll just remember every breath is a gift from God. And I'll just breathe and let myself breathe. And I realize that I don't control my breathing. Like, if I pass out, my body will continue to breathe for itself. So breath is really a gift, and it gives us the air that our blood takes the energy from. Dude, I mean, but you do it in a way that's like, you're not much of a negotiator with the haters. Like, you don't try to like judo them into like being your fans. You're just like, You're like a fucking, you're screaming, cursing at these guys, and I like, it's entertaining to an extent, but when sometimes when I'm watching, I'm like, dude, his face is red. He's like screaming his head off, and I'm like, you know, I just think like I could never do that. But some people can do that, so I'm not saying like you shouldn't do that, because it's not up to me what you can do. Like I've seen guys that have just a strong constitution that are able to push themselves, and you know, some guys, people live a different way. Um, I don't know if you're a big Elvis fan, but I'm a big Elvis fan. But you know, he's a guy that he pushed himself hard, and unfortunately, he pushed himself a little too hard. And but you know, there are guys that, you know, I don't want no, who know, I don't want to be too I don't want to be too morbid, bro. What am I talking about? Let me, dude, is my music even playing? Yeah, Elvis was great. Yeah, I'm a big Elvis fan for sure. So right now we have, this is Untitled, and it's just like a little groove. I just put in some instructions into Suno to give me a little groove, a little techno slow piano groove with some contra. It's called a contrabass, I think, contrabass. Oh, you hear it very faintly? Okay. Yeah, I guess. See, I don't have any monitors. I don't put it into my headphones at all, so I just don't know what level it's at, and I don't want it to overpower my voice, because I put it too high the other day, and my video just looks so dumb because I'm just talking and you can barely hear me because this stupid music is, and I almost got I got a copyright notice for that, not a strike, copyright notice. They said it doesn't affect my channel, so just because the music was like protected in Russia or something like that. Yeah, so but I was curious about other genres, bro, that you might get into, and that was why I pushed that song at you, because it did inspire. I mean, if you listen to the lyrics of that song, I mean, I hope that you could see how it would have been kind of dedicated to you in that way. But just like, you know, inspired by the story of Karmic, and that struggle, and but yeah, I was like, that's why I asked you like, what's your favorite Guns N' Roses song, and I was trying to like get into your head a little bit because I want to know about, you know, the other side of Karmic. I saw you dancing, obviously, you know, but you're dancing to, what was that? It was like "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" or some one of those Michael Jackson songs. But I mean, you've got to be into something heavier. I'm sure you're into like Alice in Chains, and like you probably listened to like Pearl Jam and, you know, a little Metallica back in the day. I couldn't imagine you being like a 311 guy. I'm sure you were into Green Day. You know, I think at that age we were all into Green Day. Green Day was so big because we were like 11 or 12 years old, and like right around the time when Kurt Cobain died and Chris Farley died, and it was a wild time. Like that whole time, like the 80s and 90s were just like peak civilization, and then all of a sudden we got the internet, and it's like, oh, okay, now it's like it's open season. Everyone can just do and say everything to anybody everywhere in the world at all times, and like you could make a video and no one could know who you are, but then all of a sudden the next day half the world knows who you are. And so things have changed. It used to be Tradition of Live and Let Die is another banger. Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Oh yeah, Rammstein. Yeah, bro. Rammstein. Dude, I wish I could just play music. You know, I wish I could. I wish I could just play music. I guess it's expensive. You gotta license it. I would just put it on my stream. Obviously, everyone would do that. Wouldn't life be easier if we could all just play copyrighted music for free? Rob Zombie. I used to listen to a little Korn. I don't really like them anymore. I used to love Korn, but then I was like, as I got older, I kind of look at John Davis's gimmick. I'm like, he's kind of a little, you know, he's almost like Marilyn Manson-esque kind of guy, but you know, I'm not big on that. Either one of those fellas. Yeah, anyway, man, so, yeah, I just like to go, like, on my stream, I'll just go on, X, and I'll be like, okay, so we got merged with 3.5k followers. In the interest of fairness, I have to admit, I just laughed out loud at JMO Inc. telling Felicia she's doing a lot of yapping, but not saying anything. Okay. I don't know, I don't even know what that means, but apparently there's some, she's making the rounds, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I heard her on, dude, I don't want to talk about her, you know? I know it's the biggest news and everything, but I'm not trying to get, you know, I'm not making my stream to get, like, Dabbleverse views or whatever. So, I don't know. I got, so I've been streaming, dude, I've been going for a while, but, I don't know, man. If I'm talking to the Carm Dog, it's like, it's a good opportunity, man, to just, pick your brain a little bit, but I mean, I've been the only one really saying anything, but I mean, you said a bunch of stuff, man. I really appreciate that, man. I really, really appreciate it, because I know that there's a lot of things that you could be doing, man. A lot of people that want to talk to you. Probably right now, you could probably get on. There's probably a bunch of streams that you could. Are you on a stream right now, dude? If you are on a stream right now, then you're a smart guy, and you're multitasking on me. You could be. Oh, you posted my thing, dude. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome, man. But nobody came. Just like I said, nobody came. I don't know. Maybe is it possible that people show up and they're just not visible or something? But I don't think anybody came. Yeah, nobody cares about me, man. That's kind of that's fine. I'm not out here looking for any. You know, I want to connect with people. Oh, okay, man. All right, dude. No problem, man. Thanks a lot for coming by, and I mean, whatever, man. I'll see you around anytime. You know. God bless, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate your support. Means a lot, man. Means more than you know. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go back to talking to nobody, but that's all right. Let me see. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for Karmic. Yeah, hit the like button, like and subscribe. Anyone who watched this because you wanted to see the. It's like, why would they watch this? No one would want to watch this. So, but I always say that, hit the like button, and subscribe. Gotta say it. Every like counts. Every subscribe really counts for sure. But yeah, I was gonna read that article, but it's a long article. I'll save that for tomorrow night. And I'm gonna wrap it up and just chill out for the rest of the night. So thank you to anybody who happens to tune in, possibly watch this. I don't know why or who, but I appreciate it. And Clowntown, I don't know what Clowntown is. I'll have to check them out. Like, I'm not really like trying to push myself into the Dabbleverse or like into like podcasting in general, like with people, especially like people that I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty like grassroots about everything. Like, that's why like I just have like the Word of God is like my backbone of my channel. So whatever I do on my channel, I could always fall back on that. But I don't want to give you too long of an answer. But maybe, maybe, dude. Keep in touch, man. Whatever you want, bro. I'm a supporter. I'm a Karm supporter. All right. Oh, okay. Clowntown. Yeah, they should call it the Animal Kingdom. Fucking the rat's nest. A bunch of Dabbleverse chatters just all in there. Ugh. Nah, some smart guys. There's some smart people in the DV, for sure. Some very funny people in those chats, and some absolute animals for sure. Some creepy people and some cool people. Thank you for letting me know about that, man. I didn't know about it. So you learn something new every day, but I digress. In my humble opinion. All right. God bless, bro. See you later. And I'm going to wrap it up myself, and I will be back with a video or with a stream soon. All right. Thank you.